Welcome everyone, I'm K Plays Games and this is episode 28 of our EVE Online Let's Play series. In the previous episode we took the Harbinger out and ran some level 3 missions in it. We did about 5 missions in under an hour, salvaged them all, made roughly the same as we did ISK per hour wise in the Omen, but considerably more easily in the Harbinger. But today I was going to do more exploration, but I've been champing at the bit to move home for a while, and I think we're going to do that now, before our skills in gunnery, missiles and drones are up high enough to make the arbitrator worth it. So why am I jumping the gun so early? Well, I've invested some money and bought frigate, destroyer and cruiser skill books for all 4 of the main factions. And I spent today's daily injector to bring Gallente frigate up to 3, which unlocked destroyer, and I put that up to 3, which unlocked cruiser, and I put that up to 2. If you have a look at Gallente cruiser, 2 opens up all these ships, and these are the pirate faction ships, which if you remember way back to the start of the series I mentioned that these require skills from 2 different races to be able to fly, and here we are. Amar cruiser and Gallente cruiser. You need them both at level 2 to be able to fly the ship, so that's what we have now. This is one of my favourite exploration ships in the whole game. It's very much like the Maller. It has 4% bonus to all armour resistances and a medium turret optimal range bonus, but it also has a set bonus to core and combat scanner probe strength, so that makes it really good for exploring. It can hunt down sites really quickly. And it gets a 10% bonus to drone hit points and damage. So ostensibly it's a laser weapon and drone and armor and scanning ship, which is exactly what we want. That's the skill queue done. Everything else is the same as it was. I haven't changed anything. I'm still doing sharpshooter. I did also invest in small hybrid, small projectile and medium, so we can get frigate and cruiser weapons for all 4 races as well. Just because we've respec'd to gunnery, so I thought I might as well do all the gunnery. And I'm not going to take these to T2 because that will take ages. But motion prediction, sharpshooter, rapid firing, these will all equally apply to hybrids and to the projectile turrets as well. So we haven't actually wasted too much. Surgical strike, gunnery, these are all skills that affect every kind of turret. So the only thing we'll have to do is actually train the small hybrid and medium hybrid. Let's take a look at the fit. Well, this all started when I decided to splash out on some better scanning stuff. Sisters of Eve faction core probe launcher and Sisters of Eve faction core probes to go in it, which raised our scanning base sensor strength from 51 to 61, which is quite a big increase. So I thought, I've still got best part of 400 million, what else can we do? So I built this Stratios fit here. It's very similar to what we have. Now I didn't get Tech 2 heavy beam laser 2s on this, I went for the focus ones just to save on power grid. The scanning strength goes from 61 to 84 in this, and that's another huge step up. Stratios has 5 mid slots, which lets us do a tracking computer and a sensor booster and 2 caps. Couldn't get 2 cap batteries, didn't have the power for that, so I've got 1 large compact battery as always and a Tech 2 cap recharger. Low slots, the usual 2 module armor tank, reactive armor hardener, and an enduring armor repairer. This ship does get 4% bonus per level to armor resistances, so its base resistances are good as it is. I mean, that's pretty good. And obviously this will change and give more over time. 2 heat sinks to buff the lasers and a single drone damage amplifier. The micro warp drive off, it's just cap stable X-ray out to about 20 kilometers, which is good for anomalies because we know usually you drop within 15. And if you have to approach the ones with the radio towers, we've got a micro warp drive for that. Now look at the size of the drone bay, 400 cubic meters. So this lets us have 5 light and 5 medium of all 4 drone types, and still have 100 left over. So we'll eventually scale up. Once we get to drones 5, we'll scale up to heavy drones, and this has got 100 megabit bandwidth and heavy drones are 25 each, so that will give us 4, and heavy drones also take up 25 cubic meters each, so that's exactly 100 again. So we'll have 5 of each and every one of the 4 types, plus 4 heavy drones for doing absolute maximum damage to things like loot bearing structures. We did manage to get a micro warp drive on this, which is great. We'll just pulse it every now and then. Goes 1500 meters a second. Riggs auxiliary nano pump, so that the enduring armor repair repairs more per cycle. Capacitor control circuit to make sure we're stable with this off. And a medium drone control range augmenter to give us a 50 kilometer drone control range. Without that it'd be 35, so 50 is better. Especially if we find a site like the one I'm about to show you, where you really needed to stay further than 40 kilometers away. So that's the plan, is to head up to a trade hub, probably in Galanti space, or whatever this is being sold cheap, buy it, and then we'll be able to go anywhere we want with this. I mean, yes, the guns are locked to EM thermal, but the drones do all damage types. With X-ray and 4 Federation Navy hammerheads, we're doing 228 DPS. Our current fit does 229, but this is not a downgrade at all. As you know, our drone skills are still pretty low. And as soon as we get drones 5, we'll go straight up to 250. And then there's also the drone interfacing skill, which a couple of levels of that takes about 6 hours, and that'll add an extra 10%. And then because our drones will be doing more damage on our guns, I'll probably swap out one heatsink for a drone damage amplifier in this, and it'll continue going up and up in damage. And the guns, which at the minute are our primary damage, will become very much our secondary damage. We'll keep the tracking computer because it is nice to have the guns actually contributing. And drones have got much better tracking than our guns anyway. So this is the fit I'll be buying. Obviously I'm going to save some money. I'm not going to buy 16 Sisters core probes and a Sisters launcher again, because I've already got them on the Maller. I'll just rip them out of the Maller, take them with me in the Executioner, whilst I go on a 45-ish jump. And that's the plans for me. Yes, this does mean that all this stuff is going to be left behind for possibly quite a long time. We don't really need any of it, to be honest. Remember, the sale box is mostly full of just single modules, and we'll be able to take these to market in the Executioner or the Stratios itself. Just being up in Galanti space, we're much closer to Jita, so there's no need to wait until a sale box is full and make a 90 jump round trip in a Sigil. You are going to watch a video of me running a 4 out of 10 Blood Malzatan Monastery DED combat site in the Harbinger. So I did try going up to the other half of Amar space in the Maller to try and hunt different escalations. But the problem with that is that the Blood Raiders hideaways don't actually give you any escalation at all, and neither do their burrows. Only the refugees do, and it's only a 4 out of 10 that they provide. And we know from experience that although the Maller can run a 4 out of 10, he does it very slowly and had to warp out a few times. So the plan was, go there, farm lots of escalations in the Maller, come home, grab the Harbinger, and go and do them. As it turns out, the other half of Amar space is extremely busy. I saw lots of other players, hardly any sites. Even our trick of finding constellations with dead end systems didn't work. I mean, there was all kinds of faction cruisers running around, and pirate cruisers and Tech 2 cruisers and Tech 3 destroyers. It was just an absolute free-for-all. I only managed to run 5 refugees, and luckily managed to get 1 escalation out of it. And I ran that in the Harbinger. We didn't get any loot, so that was frustrating because it did take quite a time. But you're going to go and watch that whilst I make this huge journey up to Galanti space. So until then, goodbye. Okay, let's see what we get in here.
Warp drive active.
It's the 4 out of 10 DED rated combat site, Blood Raider Covenant, Malzatan Monastery. The site can be found from scanning or by getting an escalation from a blood refuge. The site consists of 2 rooms, populated with all manner of gun turrets and frigates and cruisers.
Drive active.
The Blood Raider Covenant are an even more religious extreme offshoot of the Amar Empire. They kidnap people and then harvest them for their blood that they use in their religious rites, and they believe that the blood of immortal capsuleers is purer than human. So they're always on the lookout for us. Let's wipe off these batteries first. Let's go ultraviolet. Oh, that was nice. Oh, these go down easily enough. Didn't aggress anything. Yeah, the Malnsata Gatekeeper. This is a commander cruiser. Not sure he's elite. No, but he is a commander. And he will drop an Overseer's personal effects. Four dead gun turrets. Blood Raider frigates will tracking disrupt us, and Blood Raider cruisers, if we let them get within 20 kilometers of us, will capacitor drain us, and this can be really, really evil. In large amounts, they will absolutely drain us out in a matter of seconds. And for us, being a Mar, and we need capacitor to fire our weapons and power the tank, it's a death sentence. Another reason I wanted to bring this is to fight them at arm's length. A little bit outside range, so we'll switch to that. Luckily it's not full room aggression. We're not doing huge DPS with microwave fitted like the drones. It's only 188. But we're outranging them, so 188 outgoing and 0 incoming is still better than nothing. Oh, that aggressed them all. Buying a 7th tier Overseer's effect. NPC buy price 600,000. Not bad at all. That's that dead. None of the other structures in this first room drop anything. The generic mission loot and all these, but they are medium, so it could be worth coming back and salvaging. Not that I'm going to. If you want a mission wrecks, then go and run missions. This is all about the big loot.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, this second room is extremely stuffed full of bad guys. I can't even count how many heavy missile batteries there are. 6 stasis towers, and I believe there's 21 cruisers. But this is all that matters. This is the Overseer's building, much like the 1 out of 10 Stratios site we ran. Kill this, and this is the thing that drops a loot. This is the only thing that matters. So please, change to microwave. We can hit, and hit well. If everything aggresses, I'm just going to turn around and burn away, and then pick off the cruisers as they approach. if we're lucky, very lucky, then we'll be able to snipe this and they won't even aggress. Me and my big mouth. Okay. I don't think we're going to be able to kill that before they get into range, so let's just start burning directly away and picking them off as they come. Because if they get within 20 kilometers of us, it's game over. Big time. Luckily for us, all these stasis towers and heavy missile batteries are proximity triggered in this site. They don't aggress with the ships. The stasis towers have a range of 250 kilometers. NPC cheat an awful lot. If you remember, our ship-based ones only have a range of 10 kilometers. So 6 of these hitting you at the same time, staying on you. Each one of them reducing your speed by 55%. That would reduce us to about 2 or 3 meters a second. These guys will just swarm us and newt us out and absolutely wreck us. Yeah, same goes for the 20 or so heavy missile batteries. All them firing at us would easily demolish our battlecruiser. And 21 dead bad guys later, and we're on approach back to the station. I'm not going to approach it too close because I do not want to have 30 odd heavy missiles all up in my face. We shall get within 60 something and then stop. Zigzag my way through the wrecks on the way. Yeah, they're probably in here murdering hopeless people. Hey, let's see what the site gave us. Absolute rubbish, look at that. 82,000. And an 8th tier overseer's personal effects worth of 1.2 million. So that was the Blood Raider 4 out of 10 DED Malzata Monastery combat site, found either from scanning or as a escalation reward from a blood refuge. Okay, bounty payments have come in. It's around about 3 million in total bounty. There were 24 heavy missile batteries in total, 6 Aces towers and 4 laser towers. So that site's guaranteed, or if you kill everything, you'll get 3 million from that and 1.8 from the 2 overseers effects. That's your guaranteed payment. Okay, here we are. Safe and sound in a new location with our beautiful new ship. Might need sunglasses to look at this thing, it's very bright. Little drone bays here, one on the other side, lasers on the outside of this warp power ring thing, whatever that is. Brilliant looking ship. So I did bring our daily alpha injector all the way up here with us, and about a mobile transfer unit just for use in this ship. I've looked on the map and I've identified 2 constellations with 2 dead end systems each. This one, Gertan, and right next door to it is Aubrey, which also has 2 dead end systems. This does have 2 low sec systems in it, but they're up here off the top of it, so we'll just kind of scooch around in this stuff here. The constellation we're in right now, we're in the system of Skoluzer and Ankbo. Ankbo is just a long drawn out constellation, but this back end here, that's this system right in the end here is Reblay, and the systems next to that are nullsec. This is 00 space. So this is just a travel pipe. So hopefully no one's living here, so we can actually maybe do some stuff here. If we don't find anything in Kirtan or Aubrey, we can come back to Ankbo and just run the pipe and then come back home. I found a Minmatar station. It's all dirty and manky on the inside, with a level 1 agent, which is the highest level we can do for them. And yes, we are in Galenti space, but Galenti and Minmatar have good relations, so their agents are often found up here. I think there's another few. We've got some Amar Navy level 2 agents just 2 jumps away. Yeah, there's a level 2 Kaldari agent 5 jumps away. And there's more Galenti 4 level 1 Galenti agents 1 jump away. If we ever get too hard up and we never find anything in our 3 constellations, we can always go and run missions and slowly grind up our standings with these guys. Yeah, we're minus with both Minmatar and even Seagulls. Yeah, there it is. It'll take a long while for us to grind up to level 2 and 3 missions on this. Not that we're going to be doing that with this ship, or any other ship for that matter. I've organised the drones into the drone bay in various folders. I've had to make the overview smaller because the drone bay panel is absolutely huge now. Plotted in a course through Kirtan. I'll go up there, see what we can find, and if I find anything good, I'll hit the record button and show you. Okay, as promised, I've made a tour of both Kirtan and Aubrey, and oh my god, this place is very, very busy. Lots and lots of other players around, but happily, also lots of sites. I managed to run quite a few. Did the drone haunted yard. There was someone else in a Stratios as well in there, but luckily I'm a better pilot than he is, and I got all the loot and everything. That's what you see here. 4 of these and these. You've seen this before. And I came across one Shadow Serpentis, which is the commander name of the Serpentis guys. Just the one. And we managed to get 1 escalation, which is the Serpentis Narcotics Warehouse 3 of 10. And I just thought I'd let you come and watch that because it's pretty cool. Very, very different to the Sancha 3 out of 10. This is a Serpentis 3 out of 10 DED rated combat site, the Serpentis Narcotics Warehouse. Found either through scanning or as an escalation reward from a Serpentis hideaway or refuge. This consists of 5 rooms, but you only have to go through 4 of them to reach the end of the site. It diverges after the first room and then rejoins in room 4. Okay, room 1 is just lots of frigates. There's the gate to room 2 and the gate to room 3. And there is an overseer structure which drops the loot in this room. Incoming damage is very low, it's only very small frigates. None of the other containers contain anything of note, usually just ammunition, metal scraps, things like that. We will be going through the gate on the right to room 3 because room 2 is very much like room 1, just frigates and a little structure to pop. And room 3 actually has a cruiser who can drop better things and it's got more frigates so you get more bounty. The gate to room 2 is locked until everything's destroyed, but if you have this pass key here, which we're looting, you can bypass this entire room and go straight to room 3. That means the next time you do this site, you don't have to kill anything in this room, you can just blaze straight through them and take this gate instantly because the key is not consumed. Room 3's got 30 odd frigates and 1 gun turret and 1 cruiser. And the cruiser's a commander. He's not elite, but he is a commander, so he will drop an overseer's personal effects. In total, if you do all 5 rooms, this site will drop a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, an 8th and a 9th overseer's effect. Room 1 gives you the 5th, room 2, which we're not doing, gives you the 6th. This room, which is room 3, gives you the 7th, room 4 the 8th, and the final room the 9th. We just made a beeline straight for the cruiser, because I know that the ship can handle it. I mean, the incoming damage is pathetic. Even though it is 30-ish frigates, it's just really weak. Oh, the cruiser's about to go down. And as with every other commander, he also has a chance to drop things like this. It isn't a dead space module, it's a faction module. The chance of these dropping is very, very low, but the overseer's personal effects will always drop, as we know. Again, the other canister isn't worth looking into, it's just ammunition. Okay, on to room 4. No matter which room you took, either room 2 or room 3, you will land here in room 4. 4 gun turrets, lots more frigates and another commander cruiser. Again, he's not elite, but he is a commander. This room tends to egress in 2 halves, like all the frigates in the front half will egress separately to the ones in the back towards the gate. And again, the incoming damage is pretty weak. Very easy to kill them off. We'll just approach and see what the commander dropped. Just the overseer's personal effects. The gate doesn't unlock until all the frigates and cruiser are dead, so you don't have to kill the gun turrets at all. Okay, on to the final room. Now this final room sometimes confuses people, and I'll often find this site empty of all enemies but not complete, and I'll explain why in a moment. See, that giant station up there, that is the structure that drops the loot, and that is what you have to kill to trigger the despawn of the site. Again, there's lots of gun turrets and lots of frigates, and a single cruiser in here. Now people think that the cruiser is a commander, but he's not. He's got the name of a commander, but he's not a commander. He doesn't drop any Overseer's personal effects, and most of the time his wreck doesn't even drop any loot at all. This confuses people because people will run this site, come in here, kill the cruiser, think, oh, he hasn't dropped anything, and they'll just jump out and leave the site for me to come and clean up. Good for me, bad for them. If you have a mobile tractor unit and sentry drones, you can just drop them both as soon as you jump in and destroy the station without aggressing anything else. And then tractor beam the can, grab the loot, and off you go. There's no need to do what we are doing, but because we don't have sentry drones, we are going to kill everything. Just the gun turrets and the cruiser to go. If you pay close attention, when the cruiser dies, yeah, just an empty wreck with no loot in it. So a lot of people will think, oh, this site doesn't give you any loot, and they'll just leave. The station can take a long time to kill because it is very, very large. Just have a look in the other cans. Again, it's just garbage loot. Metal scraps, crappy modules, ammunition. The medium drones and lasers are slowly whittling down the station. I mean, it is a cool explosion, so we'll probably control F9 it to give you a right good look. There's no area of effect damage, so your drones don't get killed when this explodes. Yeah, I know the model just disappears, but it's pretty cool anyway. Right, let's see what loot dropped in the can. Wow, beginner's luck again. Similarly to the first 3 of 10 Sansa we ran, we've got 100 million. This is just the Serpentis version of that very same module that we got from the Sansa 3 of 10. I'm just scrolling down here just to see. Yeah, there's a Sansa one, there's a Serpentis one. Probably got exactly the same stats, just different names because they come from different factions. So that was the 3 out of 10 Serpentis Narcotics Warehouse. So I'll carry on exploring and find what else we can find in these constellations. We'll soon see if it's as busy as it was that evening during the day. But we do have 3 constellations to pick from, and hideaways and refuges will both drop stuff. The ships performed excellently, and it's only going to get better with every single skill level we increase. So if you enjoyed this quick look at Serpentis space, please leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, please leave a dislike. Chat about it in the comments down below and subscribe, because I'll find more cool stuff to do. I'll probably even buy a frigate so we can run 1 and 2 of 10 VEDs. Until then, take good care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.